Don't mind me playing a little bit of Token Druid. Oh, I rolled over something. So don't mind me. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. And this is a build that I have been tweaking over the course of about 15 games. This deck is 10 and 5 right now. One game was not recorded, but it's overall doing pretty well. Don't think I went the Violet Teacher, really any of these things, to be honest. Actually, Crystal Porter could be good if I could, you know, not draw a minion or drop an Acorn right off the bat. Playing this into Whispering Woods is actually an amazing play because it gets me 3 other things. The biggest issue with playing Whispering Woods, though, is the fact that I can't play the Soul of the Forest immediately after. So it does limit the potential of the deck a little bit, simply because, especially against a warrior that could run Warpath, it's just a little bit iffy, to say the least. As long as I don't draw a minion here, we're good. I did put in a couple more, though, so it's very possible that I do, as I did. Honestly, I might as well just play him. Because, like, the only card it's really good for is Wrath, and I don't really have Wrath right now, and I don't want to just keep him in my hand and make the Crystal Song Portal. Still don't know the names yet, so I'm going to be hovering over the cards a lot, just so you know. But I'm not going to just hold on to him so I can get value out of Wrath. Actually, no, that and Power of the Wild. I forgot about that. So there are 2 cards that I want to use it for. Okay, that's fine. Followed by a Shield Slam. Really? Shield Slam on that? Interesting. I think we still just do this. And we get insane stuff. Oh my god. She's kind of garbage. But these 2, oh my god. They're a bit late game for my taste, but +2/+2 to everything could be really, really nice. I think I'm gonna have to Whispering Woods soon. I have a second one, so if he does happen to like Whirlwind and wipe my board, that's a bit rough. But I honestly just need to get it out there. Because I'm at 10 cards in my hand too, so I need to actually start playing things. I could double coin Power of the Wild, but I think I want to hold on to that. Because if he does trade, one of his things will die. Just anyway. And if he Whirlwinds or Warpaths, it's not that big of a deal. Because I have another one in my hand. I have multiple ways of generating tokens. If this happens to fail, I still have 2 Violet Teachers, Exotic Mount Seller, another Whispering Woods, obviously. 1 Forced 8. I used to run 2, but I changed to 1 not too long ago. Why, though? Like, why would you do that? We're gonna play her just because I can get out something really, really good next turn as the first card I play. He's no longer spectating me. What the? Why would he do that? I don't know. He could get something really, really good out, but I think that my 9 drop, like, he's not utilizing it as well as I am going to. Unless he kills it. If he kills it, that's a bit rough. So this thing right here, this weapon, so a lot of people are playing Warrior and Shaman right now. Those are the 2, and Thief. So what I like doing now is I actually run the Acidic Swamp Ooze in most of my decks. Just to get rid of weapons like this. I don't run it in this deck necessarily, but that's fine. So I'm thinking we just drop this, get the 2 guys, and then Whispering Woods, double coin, Power of the Wild.
Who dares defy this ancient land?
Or alternatively, I don't do that, and I just Soul of the Forest on this. But I don't necessarily think that's the correct call, but I don't want to waste a Whispering Woods to get 3 things out, so we may just gain mana crystals off of this, just cuz. Because, like, none of the stuff in my hand I want to use right now. I guess you know what? I could just do this. pump up my board. He's already used a brawl, so he needs another brawl to actually do anything. And odds of him having another brawl are low. So he hasn't really had any card draw. So I'm assuming he just doesn't have another brawl, is basically what I'm banking on. And if he does, I do still have card draw and a way of refilling the board with Whispering Woods and Soul of the Forest. I have a couple more ways of refilling the board eventually as well. The biggest issue with this deck that I found from playing it was the fact that it didn't have a ton of early game. Like, it just got beat pretty easily right at the beginning of the game if I was playing against some sort of aggro. So I put in 2 landscapings. Okay, that's fine actually. I'm okay with that. She doesn't die, so I'm gonna get a 10/10 copy of something, probably him. It's pretty good. Taking some damage is not the worst thing in the world. Get a 10/10 of him. Don't really want her. So what I want to do here is I want to kill off his board. And I don't want him to get value out of this anymore. So, but then again, I probably will get more value out of her if this 10/10 lives, but he's going to have a 4 damage attack. This is a tough call. But he has a lot of bombs in my deck. He's got 3. I'm going to be taking a lot of damage. I want to save the swipe if he plays Dr. Boom. So I think we just trade in, unfortunately. Whispering Woods, Coin Soul of the Forest. The reason why I'm using Coin instead of Innervate is because the Coin he knows I have in my hand, but the Innervate's just a unique card that he doesn't know that I have. Like the Coin, if he's using Hearthstone Deck Tracker, he knows. He'll see the Coin icon. So if I'd use the Innervate, he'd be like, oh, he still has the coin. This just gives him with the least amount of possible information I can give him. Which is, in my opinion, what you should always be searching for. That's fine. The biggest issue here is I'm not going to be able to play him for a while. That's fine. I still have a really strong board. Oh, man. These Guldans look so nice, though. Oh, my goodness. I'm so glad that the one Crystal Song portal that I have is Guldan. Oh, it's beautiful. But yeah, waiting for Dr. Boom. 7 mana, he's gonna get a ton of bombs. Swipe deals with that, and then it gets rid of my death rattle things, but that's fine. See, even he runs the swipe. I mean, the acidic swamp ooze. Simply because of the fact that it's just a pretty good card to have. Okay. That's fine. As long as they don't start drawing a ton of bombs, I'm pretty sure I'm okay. We'll kill that off. This actually opens up a slot. I can't actually coin him out. If I could, the game would be over. But I'll draw 3. Just cuz, just get that out there. I could play this, actually. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. We're just gonna try to apply as much pressure as possible, pump them all up. Like, what's the worst thing he could possibly do to me? The worst thing that could possibly happen to me is I draw all my bombs. If he has a brawl, I'm fine, because they all have death rattle. Sure, I'm not gonna be able to play him turn 9 by coining him out, but that's fine. I pumped them up once to get immediate damage. I'll be able to pump him up again and have Savage Roar next turn. I'm just in an all-around good spot. I've been thinking about taking some things out of this deck, though. Oh, okay. Well, that's a bit rough, but not the end of the world. I just have to somehow kill it without him gaining a ton of life, which will probably be impossible. Okay. So let's see, I have 9 mana. So we go pump everything up, Savage Roar. He gains 6 more. But then I do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, plus 2, 4, 6, 8,
now how about
17. That's gotta be enough damage. There's no way that's not enough damage, so we'll just do it. Boom, and Savage Roar. And roar at him. Kill that, he gains some life. But I'm pretty sure this is enough damage. Yeah. And that's the beauty of this deck. This deck just kind of pops off. And there's nothing that they can really do about it. Like, sure, he had a ton of bombs in my deck, but I have to draw them. I was putting consistent threats on the board that would eventually kill him. The biggest issue with this deck, I find, is that the Violet Teacher and the exotic Mount Builder, Mount Seller, sorry, they don't pop off that hard. The Mount Seller can sometimes because it has a lot of health and it's hard to kill. But the Violet Teacher, the 5 health, is actually pretty easy for people to deal with. And it kind of just dies really early on. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm going to keep it in there. This deck is still 11-5 with this current build. But if I do need to take something out to put in something else, Violet Teacher is probably going to be one of the ones to go. And I'll probably put in like another 4-state or something. But anyway, moving on to the next one. Okay, so a mage, probably not that big of a deal. Don't want to keep the Mount Seller, I don't think. But the Violet Teacher might be okay. Along with the Whispering Wood Soul, the Fort. Well, that's too late of a combo to actually, like, get anything out of right now. I'd rather just have things to cycle through the deck. If I can play the Violet Teacher and get a few things, just play a few cards, that'll be more than enough. So the question is, what kind of mage is he playing? And because it's the start of the season, I have no idea. It could be absolutely anything. Having the coin is always really nice when you have like Violet Teachers and the exotic Mount Sellers. Dragon Mage. So you know that he has the dragon in his hand, the big 4/12. And he's gonna, that's, I'm calling it, it's this card right here. The 0 that he held on to that he didn't mulligan for. That's good right here. Calling it is the dragon.
What to do?
What's it? Calicos.
What to do?
Calicos is gonna wreck me. We're just gonna hit him in the face with the hero power because there's nothing else I can really do. I could coin out Violet Teacher next turn, but I don't want to waste the coin. I'd rather save it and combo off with like Mount Seller and or Violet Teacher eventually. Gonna discover a mage minion. That's totally fine. So he's gonna go face. I need to try thinking about what I want to do. Like, do I want to hit his 2/2 so I can swipe in the next couple of turns and kill off multiple minions? I'll ultimately end up taking more damage, but I think it's an okay play, to be honest. Like, I'm just gonna swipe it next turn and be done with it, and then hopefully be able to rebuild the board after that. And the best part of the Whispering Woods and Soul of the Force play is that if he does Blizzard, none of the Death Rattle minions get frozen because they all died. And that's what we're swiping. We'll leave a 3/2 up. That's fine by me. I'm okay with that. It's very nice that he played that so I could just immediately kill it. The fact that he kind of played into that's a little surprising considering I very much telegraphed that. Like, that was the biggest issue making that play. Just telegraphing the fact that that's the play I'm going for. Oof. That's a bit rough.
Look how it burns.
Okay, so don't know how I'm gonna kill the other one. I could just play her, boom, boom, landscaping, fill my board. Or just Whispering Woods. Because if I Whispering Woods...
Let's see.
This deck isn't running Blizzard, though. Probably. Because he uses his Book of Specters, so he's not going more of a control-y build. So I think that if I do this, and coin out Power of the Wild again using the coins of the Innervate to limit his knowledge, I won't get Blizzarded. Unless that was the one he discovered from the Witchwood Doctor. If that is, then that's really bad. If it's not, then he probably doesn't have it.
Behold the cosmos.
Okay, that's more acceptable. Ideally, it hits my face more, please. That's fine. He trades into a couple of them. It's not that big of a deal to me. Trade in. They're all at 1 health. That's not what I want to see, to be honest. We'll just trade a couple guys in. I don't have close to game yet, so there's no reason to fully commit to anything. I might as well just play it slow, because he's not going to have board wipe. If I have control of the board, if I can draw armor with the Ferocious Howl, he won't be able to burn me down, and all I have to do is get over some minions, which shouldn't be too hard to do. Definitely wanting to play the exotic Mount Seller next turn, though, so I can get some good minions out, as opposed to just 1/1s. Trying to think what I want to do over the course of the next couple of turns, and I want to set up a board that I can death rattle that's meaningful. Like 3 minions isn't good enough in my opinion. Technically, no, technically it would have been, it's going to be 4 if I play Soul of the Forest, because it'll spawn another one before the ability goes off. So next turn, if he does nothing, Landscaping, Soul of the Forest, fills the board, gives him all death rattle, and that's great. That's perfect. That's exactly what I need. He's got an 8/8. Doesn't affect me too much. Landscaping gets me 3 minions, and then this will get me 6 in total. Might as well just do that and then go face. Now we've set up a pretty decent board. If he's smart and he has no real other options, he kills the 2/2 or the 2/1. No, he kills the 3/5 and then pings off. Oh, well, that happened. That's a thing that's existing. Okay. A little bit disappointed in what just happened. But, you know, overall, it could have been worse. He's got me down to 8. Does Savage Roar win me the game here is the question. Hold up. I could swipe this. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Yeah. That actually wins me the game. Wow. Then we Savage Roar. And then we get an extra attack. And we just burst him down just like that. Huh. I did not expect to win that one. I really thought that I was going in a bad position, but this deck is 12-4 actually. Sorry, it didn't have 5 losses quite yet. And we just finished that quest to play 3 games. So, got 2 packs out of that. That's pretty nice. And I think that this game was long enough to where I don't need to make another one, but I'll check. We'll see. Maybe I'll surprise you. If this ends, though, you know what happens. But if the next one comes on, surprise. Surprise! Okay, I'm playing one more. Probably not too surprised. So, if you guys have made it this far, what are you guys' thoughts on the length of the videos? Because, like, they used to be about 15-ish minutes. I was trying to keep them around there, but they've slowly grown to 20, 25. Some even get to 30. Especially some of the control decks where I'm like, I should just play a 3rd game just for fun, or it's just 2 really long games. What are your thoughts on that? If you think that they should be shorter, I would be more than happy to make them shorter by playing less games or editing more severely. And so, like, even moments where it's just, like, kind of just chilling, I can edit that out. But really, it's up to you in terms of what I do. Do I want to give them all +1/+1 or summon another minion? I don't want to do any of that.
This will be good.
So let's see here. If I had summoned another minion there, in a couple of turns, double Savage Roar, would that have won me the game? Probably not. If I had done Power the Wild, that would have been 2 more damage. This is where a 3/2 would come in handy. Not gonna lie. We're gonna play him. Gonna hit him in the face. What he's probably gonna do is play the weapon, kill the 3/5, put some bombs in my deck, and then ideally I try to run away with the game as soon as possible. Yep, there it is. Trending Torns, actually, the fact that you get to choose one is really, really nice. Like, you can have it either be very strong or less so. Okay, so They're gonna die regardless. Let's make a 3-2 just to get some more minions on the board. And like, if he doesn't do something drastic next turn, double Savage Roar might just kill him. If he doesn't play like a taunt or something. Zilliax saves him here. That's about it. That's about it. Gains armor. I don't know, because double Savage Roar's 12 damage by itself. As long as a minion lives and he doesn't armor up, I'm fine. If he plays another bomb dude, he loses the game next turn. Okay. He kills that with... Okay. That was probably the smartest thing he could have done. Killing off 2 things. He knew he was slightly in danger. I respect that. He knows that he's probably not going to make it to late game, so he's also using the Omega Assembly right now. That's... Everything he's doing right now is very smart. I respect everything that he's doing. We're just trying to set up lethal as many times as we can, though. If he kills both of these, we got 2 squirrels. They're gonna have to do. Dr. Boom? Okay, well, he loses. Then we just double Savage Roar and win the game. Well, didn't actually end up making this that much longer. I kind of just obliterated him in 7 turns. That's the biggest problem with the booms, with the boom deck, the Dr. Boom deck, whatever you want to call it, the bomb deck, I don't know. Point is, the deck has some strong suits, being if you can get through that early game, the mid game's powerful, the Dr. Boom play or the Blastmaster Boom play gets a wide board, that's all well and good, but then the issue comes in the fact that early game you can lose control and you don't have a ton of board wipe. If he had had Brawl, that would have been a little bit sucky, but I don't think he would have wanted to Brawl the small board. And even if he did, I wouldn't have been able to get out a ton of squirrels next turn and kill him anyway, so... It was a rough spot to be in. This deck really took advantage of that early game lackingness from him. And I got a really good early game hand that allowed me to put some stuff on the board, so... Hope you guys enjoyed. This deck is probably my favorite. I would rate it top tier so far. Also going to come out with a tier list soon, so stay tuned for that. But, yeah, I think it's really good. See ya.